we got some good news for the upcoming Ranked Season 19. Draft is now going to be available for many more players. Last season, me included, everyone was quite upset about Ranked only having draft above 1,400 Master Rank points, which everyone was like, it's gonna happen not quite often, because having 10 players with how Unite matchmaking is, to have over 1,400 rank points seems quite rare. So personally, I have now played around 120 to 130 draft games this season out of 650 rank games, which is honestly quite decent. I didn't expect it to be this much, specifically because I got to 1,400 quite fast, where most players didn't even reach Master Rank yet. So it took quite a while for people to catch up. I had a very good start to the season. Sometimes you get that, sometimes you get very bad starts into the season. You know, the season where I dropped down to Veteran. So I'm gonna go over this a bit and also explain the ranked mode or draft again for anyone who doesn't really know what draft is about and how to really do it. So we have Season 19. EX Pokemon will also be disallowed again. So no Miraidon, no Mewtwo, no Zacian, which I think again is quite bad and good at the same time. I do think EX Pokemon should be part of the game. They should just be balanced properly. It shouldn't come to this point where they just banned out of an entire ranked season. It just feels weird. I don't know about you guys, but it just feels very weird to me that some Pokemon are just straight up banned for the entire season when they should be pretty easily balanceable, at least in my opinion. So now, last season, again, everyone had to be above 1,400 points in Master Rank, all 10 players, but now it's just going to be anyone with 1,200. So as soon as you reach Master Rank, you're going to be available to potentially play draft. There's only one more requirement, which is you have to have 14 licenses for draft mode to spawn. Now, last season, if you didn't have 14 Unite licenses after reaching 1,400 points, you actually couldn't play ranked after all. So that is also still changed. You can now play ranked if you don't have 14 Unite or the Pokemon owned or Unite licenses, whatever you want to call it. You can still play ranked, but you can't get draft. So you're kind of denying other people draft as well, which is kind of bad. So if you get to Master Rank, make sure maybe potentially to have, you know, at least 14 Pokemon available so that you can also enjoy draft and you don't deny, you know, draft of other players. Also, a short announcement I want to make very fast. I'm now live streaming on YouTube as well. I made a new channel called CrisHeroes Live, kind of rebranded one of my casting channels. So if you guys want to check it out and watch me play Unite live in my live stream and you don't want to go onto Twitch, then now on YouTube you can. CrisHeroes Live, I'm going to link it down in the description. And also I have a second channel called CrisHeroes DSC, which I've already linked quite a few times, where I have more personalized and more relatable rank games that are quite fun to watch there, or maybe a bit more frustrating than my usual, you know, build videos or games that just rarely pop often. So if you want to enjoy some more Unite content, check out CrisHeroes DSC and CrisHeroes Live. So it's going to be quite interesting. Just 1,200 points, so if you drop under 1,200, of course you can lose your privilege to play draft, which, I mean, I guess is reasonable, right? Usually you shouldn't be matched with them anyways, I feel like potentially. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Are you excited for drafting? And draft is very fun. Draft is so fun. I have a few issues with draft still, and I want to also talk about a few things that you should be aware of when you play draft, because there's a few things that are quite nice and quite important. And again, we have the change. I'm going to read it right here. In Season 18, even when all 10 players met the rating requirement to enter a draft pick match, players with fewer than 14 Unite licenses could not join ranked mode matches. So you couldn't play ranked matches if you got over 1,400 points and you didn't have 14 Unite licenses, which is also quite bad. You just completely banned out of ranked. And we would like to avoid the situation going forward. Going forward, draft will only be used for players with 14 or more Unite licenses. This will avoid situations where players are unable to participate in ranked matches because they do not own enough Unite licenses. I think that's still maybe a bad workaround. Honestly, they should just give us more Pokemon for free again. You know, make some events, give people Pokemon for free so that this scenario doesn't happen all too often. I feel like everyone should have at least like 14 licenses just by playing the game, just by like unlocking missions, doing this and this, right? I think that should be quite straightforward. And then we also wouldn't have maybe this issue of, you know, some players not having 14 when getting to mastering. Of course, Smurfs are going to be a bit of an issue, but I mean, Smurfing Unite is kind of weird anyways. Our data shows that most mastering players already meet this requirement and should be able to enjoy draft pick, but we will continue to monitor the situation and adjust regulations periodically. So I think, again, Timmy just wanted to make a test season with 1400 plus to have like a bit of a higher ranked player base. Try your draft to see how it is. I wish they still made some adjustments, because I don't think, so currently what it's like to play draft is that the last 2 picks, they're ban, right? And if you play solo queue, you high MMR, I'm always first pick. If I'm a solo queue lobby, I'm always first pick. And first pick is not really quite the advantage that you might think it is. Of course, I can pick like one overpowered Pokemon, but I'm also easily countered. I can't adjust to what my teammates pick, right? So if I first pick like an attacker, and then my random 4 allies are going to pick 3 more attacker, now we're stuck with 4 attacker, and I can't really swap around and adjust to either my or the enemy team comp. Well, let's just look at an example draft. So we load into the draft lobby. The first ban already starts quite fast. So if you're the first ban, so you can see right now, here these are banning these 2 on the left and these 2 on the right. And I'm in this awkward situation where I have the highest MMR in my team, but I have a duo queue. So above me I have a duo queue, which means their first and second pick. Duos and trios will always be on the top. And then it's solo queue players after, you know, by the MMR. So I don't get to like pick up here, but I also don't get to ban a Pokemon. I do think the highest MMR player should just have control over 2 bans to avoid like Gengar being banned, or I don't know, Machamp being banned. I do think the best change for draft would just be make the highest MMR player draft, ban both bans. I think that's, I know you might say, yeah, it's a bit of a control, but I think it makes sense to have the best player in charge of what should be banned. And then when it comes to picking a Pokemon, it should just be anyone can log in anything at what given time. So all 5 players pick at the same time, and whoever logs in their stuff is going to get picked. We had this in my old game. It worked quite well. People did respect it as well. No one is like insta-locked like Cinder Ace as the first thing, which could happen in Unite, of course, but yeah. So here we have the draft mode. Both teams ban a Pokemon, or 2 Pokemon each, one after another. So our team, their team, our team, their team. And then we're going to start a picking. And you can also request a ban, so you can like go over Buzzwole, press request a ban, and it's going to show up for your allies, so they maybe, you know, think about, oh, maybe we should ban Buzzwole or something. Also, there's a feature right here. You can request to switch picking positions with an ally. If you really want to play like Blastoise or something, or you see like something strong open that you really want to play, you can request a switch. You can go to the Pokemon, you can switch it, and your first pick, sadly not enough players use this option. The first pick can then choose to switch with your position. So our 5th pick, for example, or Mew, if Mew does this option, they could first pick Mew right here, and then this person moves down to this position, which honestly I wish would happen more often, because I don't enjoy a game being first pick. And if in this scenario, for example on Switch, you have to press Y, and then you can you can go here with your joystick, and you can go down the line, and then it's like a switch icon somewhere here. You can click, and you can switch with your allies. So that's something I feel like should be a bit more aware, but I want to make this video as well to like make you aware that you can switch with your allies. So you can like request something, and then, you know, your first pick necessarily doesn't have to instantly do something. So yeah, draft mode is very fun again. So we pick 1, they pick 2, we pick 2, they pick 2, we pick 2, and they have the last pick. And I think this is kind of like a coin flip. You never know who's going to be first pick or second pick in this. Then yeah, next season, EX Pokemon are banned as well again, which I think is actually, I mean, Mewtwo is annoying, Miraidon is a bit annoying. I don't think necessarily they're that broken anyways anymore, but I guess it's just 3, you know, strong Pokemon gone, which, you know, allows maybe more Blastoise to be banned, Buzzwole to be banned every single game. Because there's still a lot of people who ban Miraidon, which I think is not really required. So you can ban Meowscarada, Leafeon, maybe Glaceon, all that fun stuff. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you're excited for draft mode, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel.